Embassy in Rabat. In this, I would like to thank Mr. Ambassador for making it possible, and also thank his collaborators in the names of Mr. Schubel and Ms. Madeni for their unswerving efforts in bringing this event to reality. My thanks should also go to the President of Moulay Ismail University for his obliging nature and steadfast encouragements. My sincere thanks should also be addressed to students for their actual implementing the notion of intercultural communication, and to everyone who took part in allowing this memorable activity to come true. Without much ado, I will give a brief biography of His Excellency the Ambassador. Samuel Kaplan's biography runs thus. Samuel L. Kaplan has been the United States Ambassador to the Kingdom of Morocco since September 2009. In this role, he serves as the personal representative of the United States President Barack Obama. Ambassador Kaplan sees his primary role as promoting and enhancing the President's vision of a new beginning and a new understanding for United States relations.
Pour ne pas vous casser les oreilles, je vais parler en français. Tout d'abord, au nom de tous les membres de l'Université Moulay Ismail, permettez-moi de souhaiter la bienvenue à Monsieur l'Ambassadeur ainsi qu'à son épouse, ici présents parmi nous. Leur présence, si importante, très importante, reflète et de loin l'importance de l'amitié maroco-américaine et l'importance de la coopération de notre université avec d'autres établissements américains. Leur présence aussi reflète la maturité de notre université, particulièrement la faculté des lettres et des sciences humaines de cette université, sa maturité à s'ouvrir, bien évidemment, sur d'autres cultures, sur d'autres horizons, pour maintenir la flamme de l'interculturalité, la flamme de la discussion et de la bonne entente. Bien évidemment, je tiens à les remercier pour leur présence et pour tout ce qu'ils peuvent entretenir comme action en faveur des établissements universitaires marocains et particulièrement en faveur de nos étudiants. L'Université Moulay Ismail est décidée à aller de l'avant en termes d'ouverture à l'international. Elle fera tout le nécessaire pour renforcer cette collaboration et cette coopération et tous les services qui vont avec pour pouvoir la renforcer, aussi bien au niveau des déplacements de nos enseignants-chercheurs qu'au niveau des services rendus pour le montage des projets dans ce sens. Pour terminer mon mot, je m'adresse aux étudiants qui sont présents ici. Cette faculté est la vôtre, cette université est la vôtre. Vous êtes nos ambassadeurs.
You become angry with them, sometimes you feel alienated from them, but if it's a real friendship, you're able to stay together in this most complex of relationships. But if you think about it, if a relationship between two people is complex when they're friends, the relationship between two countries who are friends is many times more so. And so it is between the United States and Morocco. We are the best of friends.
Ever.
We are loyal. Yeah, good for you. Speak up anytime you want to anyone in the room. We are loyal to one another, and we have been friends for a very, very long time. What does that mean? Well, there are some things that it means quite simply. When it comes to dealing with how we will protect one another in the event of crisis, there is no question but that we will do that. There's no question about how we will come to one another's aid when there will be terrorism in the world. Much more complex is how we shall relate to one another as our countries change. And I want to talk to you a little bit today about how we in America change in our own society. And I want Sylvia to talk after I've finished. And by the way, Sylvia's background is very much in American Studies, which is the source of all of these books. When you think about it, what do we really want in the world? When I say we, I'm talking about the good people of the world. What we really want, there are three things. We want a better and safer life for everybody. We want the people of the world to be able to live on a basis where they don't have to worry about being killed or harmed. And we want the people of the world, secondly, to be comfortable. I don't mean comfortable in the sense of having a couch to sit on, but rather comfortable in that they will have enough food to eat, enough shelter to house them, and enough food to clothe them. And finally, we want the world to be a fairer place. We want the distinctions between poor and rich to narrow. We want people to have an opportunity to go beyond where their parents were. And that's really the strength of America. Not because we agree with those things and other people don't, but rather because in America we have this concept of citizen participation in the political process. And what does that really mean? Well, it really means this.
I was a community organizer. I did not get paid, but it changed my life, and I became a community organizer after reading a book, and I want to talk about that. But let me just quickly summarize my life and the important role that books have played in my life. I was talking to some of your leaders here and explaining that I'm ABD in American Studies, which means that I took my prelims and I took all the courses and I taught American Studies for a while, but I never finished my dissertation. I sort of had a dissertation of the month because American Studies is a very broad area in America anyway, and so one week I would think one thing was interesting, and then I would go to the library and look at other books, and this was a while ago because I had been out of academia for a while, and now with the world online it would be even worse for me. So yeah, I suppose if I had taken Ritalin, you all know what that is. If you're ADD, you medicate yourself so you stay focused. That would have been helpful. But let me talk about, I was just looking at the books there, and they're wonderful books, and I was thinking very quickly how books have informed my life and created who I am practically more than anything else. When I was about 7 years old, I read all of John Steinbeck. Do you study John Steinbeck here in the American Studies classes? Yeah, what?
Mice and Men.
Mice and Men, anything else?
Grapes of Wrath.
Grapes of Wrath, okay. Grapes of Wrath changed my life probably more than anything else. You know, at the tender age of 7, I obviously didn't understand everything that was going on, but I understood enough to become a radical. At an early age, and I realized life is not fair, and some people
so
are
my question is
advantaged.
about, does your embassy provide some financial aid to our association? Thank you.
Tell us more about your association.
Yeah, I need a girl that will talk about my association, who is Mr. Maaccc.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Well, first of all, I want to thank you for being here with us. It's a pleasure for us indeed. First of all, I want to introduce myself. My name is Faculté. I want to give us a brief introduction about myself. When I was in high school, I had the honor to be selected in one of the programs which is funded by the U.S. Embassy called Access Program. And then I become involved with this program has changed my life to the better. Then I become involved with many associations and NGOs that works for leadership, community service, and feminism, of course. And then last year I joined the association, Maaccc Association. last summer I was selected as the Moroccan ambassador in a program which is also funded by the U.S. Embassy called the Study Program in Women's and Leadership in Washington State. And in fact, it was so fruitful for me to be, one of the selected students from Maaccc University and to introduce my culture and my country in the same time. Well, as a staff member, I want to give a brief introduction about my association.
Excuse me, I don't want to interrupt you, but you're reminding me when I was a young activist and how quickly I talked. Because I was figured as a woman, if I didn't talk quickly, someone would interrupt me before I was through. We are going to have a conversation with the MAC group afterwards. Is that right?
Yeah.
So can we just wait and have that conversation in our smaller group?
Okay.
So everybody, we very much look forward to talking to you.
As a brief introduction, you want to know what is MAC, what it stands for exactly?
We will, then we can talk after this group, because some of the people have other things that they have to do, so that would be good. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yes. Questions about America? Yes. Over there.
Your Excellency, Ambassador of the United States, thanks for being here today.